up, kings and queens? Let's have a nice little conversation about a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black woman named Angela Stanton King. Alright, she recently had an interview on the Breakfast Club. Man, when I tell y'all, dawg, she killed that. She killed that interview, okay? And it's like, this is one of the best interviews I've seen the Breakfast Club have in a minute. Alright? And I'm not talking about the Breakfast Club. I'm not talking about them three clowns, okay? Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and what's the other one name? DJ Envy. I'm not talking about them three, okay? They was clowns. They trash. They some coons. I'm not talking about them, okay? I'm talking about this beautiful sister, okay? Because first of all, they tried to attack her this whole interview, okay? This whole interview, they tried to call her anti-LGBT. They tried to connect her with Trump and bash her from that connection with Trump. They tried to call Trump a racist. She smashed that shit, you heard me? She smashed everything they said. She smashed that shit. She is beautiful. She is smart, okay? And she is pro-black. This lady has my 100% support, okay? As a Republican, I'm not a Republican, all right? I'm not a Democrat. I'm neither one of them. But I support this black woman. I don't support a party. I support this black woman, okay? For those of you who might not know her background, she went to jail for a non-violent offense, right? And at the same time she went to jail, she was also pregnant, okay? These people had the audacity to chain her to the bed. First of all, as a man, I couldn't even understand or fathom what it's like to give birth, right? But to do it while you're chained up? What? How? Like, why would y'all do this to this black woman? Well, they chained her to the bed, and she gave birth while in jail, okay? She got out. She became a published author, okay, of her own book. She also helped write the First Step Act along with Donald Trump, okay? This sister deserves kudos. You know how many black men she done helped with this First Step Act? She also got Trump to make it illegal to chain women to the bed. Even though I don't even that's crazy that you have to try to make a bill or a law against that. Like, what human would do that to a woman? But you know how they treat black women. We know how they treat black people, period. But especially black women, all right? But she's running in Georgia, 5th district against John Lewis, his old self. So let's get into this interview though. So the first thing they asked her is, why does she support Trump and why is she a Republican? All right. First of all, she said she was pro-life. I'm pro-life too. I don't do that killing babies. It's a fetus. It don't matter. That's a life. Like, life is life regardless. All right. Trump created the First Step Act to help black people get out of jail. Right. There's a lot of things that this First Step Act does. All right. It help black people get educations in jail. All right. It helps people who have been affected by this 3 strikes rule. All right, it ended that. All right, it helps them get out of jail. Okay, and all these dudes with non-violent offenses, it helps them also get out of jail. It helps old people who might be sick or even sickly people. It helps them go home, but be in confinement, but just at home. Like, so all these things help black people. Like, so many black people are getting helped by this. I think the First Step Act helped 7,000 black people get out of jail. All right, and it's also gonna do more. All right, there's a bunch more black people that's supposed to be getting out of jail because of this. Trump also permanently funded HBCUs, which the funding. So at first, HBCUs had to always go every year and get funding from the government. He made it permanent, so they don't have to ask no more for funding. All right, they just get funding. I think it's $250 million a year. Okay, but this is the funny part for all you Obama lovers. Obama wasn't worried about that. He didn't help HBCUs. He wasn't helping them get funding. All right. Also lifted the ban on faith-based HBCUs. Then he also had the lowest black unemployment. Like, come on. So I think that these are some good reasons that she chooses to support Donald Trump, on top of helping her. You heard me? So, but this is what they try to do. They try to be like, are you loyal to the Republican Party and to Trump because they helped you? But if y'all call him a racist, right? And he helps a black woman, would he not be racist? If I'm racist, would I help black people in any type of way? I would think not. Why would I help black people if I'm racist? Like, that don't even make sense. Alright? And why would Trump be pro-life? Alright? He would be pro-choice like a Democrat. Because knowing that all these clinics are in black neighborhoods to kill black children and black babies. If I'm a racist, I would be for Planned Parenthood. So she made a good point, which I agree with. I'm like, duh. But they like, oh no, but they were stumbling over their words. They had nothing to say to this black woman. Then they asked her why. So why not Democrat? You could be a part of any party, right? Even though she already clarified why she's a Republican and why she supports Trump, right? They asked her why not a Democrat, and she was like, first of all, I'm not pro-abortion, killing life, okay? Then she's against lifetime welfare, which I'm also against lifetime welfare. Yo, you niggas need to be going and start businesses. She's pro-entrepreneurship, which I love. Like, you don't need to be giving government assistance. Like, government assistance. So let me ask y'all, for all those of y'all who like government assistance, if you give somebody who don't want to do nothing, all right, lifetime welfare, right? And then at any time the government can say, bloop, we take that shit away from y'all. What are you gonna do? You didn't think about starting anything. You didn't think about, because you were so comfortable with that welfare. You were so comfortable with getting assistance. And then the only way you could get this assistance if a black man is not in the home. So now you're not creating black families. I'm pro-black family all day. All right, the black woman, the black man, and a black child all day, 24/7. So anything that goes against that, I'm against that. I'm not with that. That's another reason why I support her. But a lot of these views are conservative views, which are black people's views. That's the crazy part. Black people be voting Democrat, and their views be conservative. All right, but they be so hyped up on this racist. Even though the Democratic Party is doing the most racist stuff, which is funny to me. Because it took me time to wake up to that. That, wait, these Democrats, all their policies are negatively affecting black people. Alright? From being self-reliant. Like, they make you reliant on the government. And I'm not trying to call black people lazy, okay? But it makes you want to be lazy. Because if I had somebody else paying my bills, alright? Or doing most of the work for me and giving me money, you hear me? I wouldn't do nothing. I'd just be at home, smoked out, chilling. You hear me? But that's the natural mindset of a person. Then it was like, well, your views, right? You don't necessarily have to be with the Republican Party. You could be with any party, right? You could be independent or whatever, right? And it was like, why you not a Democrat? And she also had some great ass answers, okay? She was like, she's not pro-death, okay? She's against Planned Parenthood. She's not with the whole Margaret Sanger trying to depopulate black people, okay? And kill all the black babies. She's against lifetime welfare. So black people shouldn't be getting welfare from the government for their whole life. You shouldn't be on welfare your whole life, right? She's against that. She's pro entrepreneurship, okay? Black people start businesses, which us pro-black people talk about 24/7. Black people need to start businesses, okay? We need to create our own, you heard me? We want that Black Wall Street, you heard me? We always talk about it. So now we gotta be about it, and she about that, you heard me? So I'm rocking with her with that, you heard me? She's also against sex reassignment for children. Do you know in New York, they just signed a bill that allows children, okay, under the age of 18 to change their birth certificate gender? Why? What does a child need to change their gender for? Why are doctors asking children what they think their gender is? First of all, I'm against this whole, the doctor assigns your gender. No, you are a gender, you are a man, or you are a woman, and then they assess, okay, I see a penis, so that's a man. I see a vagina, so that's a woman. He's not saying, well, I don't know what she is, or what he is, I'm just say this is a female. I don't know what this is, I'm just assigning this a male. That's how LGBT people be making it sound. That's how they talk about this, and it's really interesting, right? Because when I say mental disorder, people call me crazy, and people say I'm ignorant and mean and all this, but that's retarded. Why would you think that the doctor tells someone what their gender is? No, he assesses what this is, and then says, oh, okay, this is this gender, this is that gender, because I see what this is. It's like, that's a cat right there. I see it's a cat, so it's a cat. I'm not saying, like, this could be a fucking dog, and then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna say this a cat. I assigned this a cat. And like, what in the world, what type of, like, that don't even make no sense to me. I don't even understand. I ignore all the LGBT people when they say stuff like that. It hurt my brain. I don't like to think about crazy stuff, okay? But anything that gotta do with sexuality and dealing with children, alright, she's against. I'm also against. You wouldn't have your children in a strip club. Like, if we talk about just heterosexual, all right, sexuality. All right, you wouldn't have your children in a strip club. You wouldn't let your children watch porn, okay? With two heterosexuals having sex. So anything that got to do with sexuality or sex should be 100% away from children. As a pro-black man, I'm against that, 100%. Like, you shouldn't be showing anything sexual to a child who does not understand sex unless you're explaining sex to them in a scientific manner, okay? Now, I'm not telling you, forcing your child to be anything. I'm saying explaining it to them. I don't think you should do it as a child. I think you should do it when they're a little bit older, okay? But you shouldn't be, no one else should be forcing sexual ideas on your children, okay? These children's minds are still developing. They shouldn't be even worried about sex. So even though this was her interview, right? They kept asking her questions about Donald Trump, right? This was like a trick to try and trap her in a corner and get people to hate her. I see everything they was doing. But they asked her, why do white supremacists support Donald Trump? Like, what's the reason? And she had a perfect answer. She said, these white supremacists was white supremacists before Trump, okay? Trump ain't just make people white supremacists or KKK members. They were that when Obama was in office, all right? These people just hated Obama so much, right, that he was just a black man in power who controlled America, that they wanted anyone, any white man, it could have been Joe Biden, it could have been any white man. They would have backed any white man that was not a black man. And that makes perfect sense. As a white supremacist, they are 100% about white and men. Like, I don't know if they even would support a white woman. I don't know. But I'm 100% sure they are about white masculinity and white men. Like, that's their thing. You heard me? So when she said that, and me understanding that, it made complete sense. And that's true. They just didn't want a black person. So Donald Trump was the guy. Like, they're like, oh, okay, we got Donald Trump. Let's just follow him. Makes sense to me. But, you know, a lot of people, they don't understand that. And the funny part is, this man has denounced white supremacy. This man has denounced the KKK and all these hate groups. He calls them terrorist groups, all right? Like, there's a whole video. I'm about to put the video right here, look.
We must rediscover the bonds of love and loyalty that bring us together as Americans. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to...
I dropped the receipts for y'all right there, you heard me? So none y'all don't be like, well, I ain't gonna look that up. Well, you seen it now, you heard me? So her whole stance was, stop worrying about the person, all right? Stop worrying about what Donald Trump says, right? Because most of his words are getting twisted. She said, focus on the policies. All his policies are positive policies, right? And I'm gonna tell you the thing, what black people don't like. I know why black people don't like his policies, some of his policies. Because they expected him to be white Jesus. They expected him to do the biggest super pro-black stuff in the world. When this is a white man, okay? He's doing more than your black president did, all right? Y'all hold Donald Trump to a greater standard than y'all do Obama. That's wild to me. That's crazy, okay? So she's on some focus on his policies. And I agree with that. Focus on that man's policies. If we could get that man to do stuff for us, forget all that other shit. Think if the man was racist. If this man doing stuff for black people and black people be like, man, he only doing it for our vote. Good. Do it for our vote. Let's get our reparations for our vote. You heard me? If he willing to do that, who cares what the hell this man say? Like, stop. Like y'all like children. Like, stop worrying about that junk. I'm not worried about a friendship. I'm worried about a business deal. What can we do to get what we need to so black people can come up and be better? You heard me? And that's what type of time she on. I love this black woman. This black woman is a gangster. You heard me? We need more politicians like her. I don't care if it's Republican. I don't care if it's Democrat. We need more black women like her in politics. You heard me? She need to be vice president or president. You heard me? That's what I think. Now we gonna get on these breakfast clowns. You heard me? We gonna get on Angela Yee. She don't care about nothing but homosexuality. She might like women herself. That's must be what it is. All right. She don't have no children. She trying to tell a black woman who has 5 children what black women should think about black children and what children should think in the mindset of children. Like, woman, you don't have no kids, and the way you sound like you don't want none. You remember how old you is and you ain't got no children yet? Come on now. Like, and then you pro LGBT and all this other stuff. Like, you are biased. You are biased to one side. Like, it's a difference if you pro LGBT, but you can think from both sides. But you just if it's not with your feminist women's choice, or women can do whatever they want to, or if it ain't LGBT, you don't agree. And that's crazy. Like, when it comes down to politics and stuff, on behalf of black people, you should not be there. Okay? Even the comments say it, okay? Everyone in the comments say that, okay? DJ Envy. I don't know, you just confused. I don't know what you doing now. You just there to be there and just say, oh, I'm DJ Envy. I don't know how he started off. That's all he there for. He not there for nothing important. He just there to just say stuff. Charlamagne the God, the only one who was really talking. This man, what he said, I'm against 98% of things. No, he wasn't, because he was quiet. He was listening. He agreed with almost everything this lady said. They're paid to disagree with this lady because she's a Republican, and she also agrees with Donald Trump. So they're just there. Like, the Breakfast Club is a big LGBT Democratic Party like show for black people. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. And she came in a smashing all they stuff. You hear me? They throwing punches. She in a like Floyd Mayweather. She ducking. Ooh. She ducking all that. You heard me? She also throwing them things back at him. You heard me? She asking them questions. She I'm like, go ahead, baby. Go ahead, Black Queen. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You hear me? So this whole interview, they tried to demonize this lady. If you go watch the interview, they try to put put all these labels on this lady, right? This lady's for black progression. She pro-black. Ain't y'all supposed to be pro-black? Y'all talking all that pro-black stuff all the time and creating Black Wall Street and all this. That's all they talk about. But when a black woman come in there, a black queen, that y'all should be applauding coming up, y'all all bashing her, y'all going at her, trying to set her up, and she gotta defend herself, a black woman? How much black women gotta go through? And she gotta fight black media? Black media should be the thing on her side. And she gotta fight y'all? That's sad. And y'all showed y'all real colors. That's why I don't watch The Breakfast Club no more. And all black people, y'all should not be watching The Breakfast Club. Because you could tell they are influenced and paid by either the LGBT or the Democrats. Probably both, you heard me? Or they just understand that the LGBT Democrats are their base. So they're trying to cater to them. But you're a media show for all black people. You should be catering to nobody. You should be only caring about everything black. There's many views in the black community. Y'all shouldn't just be one-sided. And that's sad. Like, you know how many black people watch The Breakfast Club? That's sad, man. I lost faith in y'all. I really lost a lot of faith in y'all. Man, but if you agree or you disagree, I don't care. Like it, share, post it if you disagree with me. Say, man, this man crazy. Post it. Say this man's so smart. Post it. Say, oh, he entertaining. Post it. And subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you do agree. Because if you don't agree, you could join this too. You heard me? I don't care if you disagree or agree. This black woman did a great job. Angela, keep going. I heard you're going to be on Young Pharaoh's show. I can't wait to watch. I will be there. All right? I'm down with you, queen. Keep on going. I hope you win. John Lewis, his little old self, need to get up out of there. You heard me? We need a young queen in there. You heard me? Yeah. Let's go.